Many paths lead to the same destination. It doesn't matter how you get there. Our intention with a crazy little thing called law has always held raising the collective human vibration as our sole focus. And the resistance to my podcast's existence in so many forms, the multitude of lawsuits, about 24, the fear and shame-based retaliatory defamation and libelous slander across the internet and sworn under oath in court testimonies alike, the spiritual reckonings, including an inoperable cancer on one of my abuser's sides, which my loved ones and I continue to hold space and healing prayers for. All of this feels counterproductive to our Wo-manifesto and to our mission. Thus we, as my beautiful, brilliant, brave, invisible team members stand with me, have decided to call our energies back and head out in search of new roads leading to our benevolent visions. After the 2019 Women's March at a little patio table at Kohl's in downtown LA, my godfather told me that a long time ago, before the Anglo-Norman definition took over as we know it, the etymology of surrender actually meant a move to the winning side. I haven't been playing with house money, folks. This is my real life, all of ours, and the weight of it is too much for my shoulders alone anymore. So how do we want this story to end? It's been almost 8 years. First and foremost, we want the story of season 1, civil disobedience, to end. Narcissistic personality disorder is a very real and very dangerous disease that is difficult to diagnose in our current social, governmental, and otherwise overseeing structures. A much larger percentage of the population is afflicted with it than the average person is aware of, much like addiction. It too, much like addiction, is often caused by a combination of inherited genetic code and childhood traumas of situational abuse and neglect. It is a mental illness, a disease, not a choice. Therefore, we must turn our focus to the causes of it. And as studies continue of how to raise our individual consciousness and therefore our societies, inspiring the cohesively agreed on legislations needed to support these people living in the very real hell of this, both those afflicted with the disease and the innocent bystanders forced to live in the horrific effects of these sick people. The obsessions with COVID-19 are because the coronaviruses provide more immediate and condensed focus on a destructive disease and the pain that it has wreaked on all of us in various ways. But the lesson remains the same. We must desire to make it a priority to acquire the knowledge to eradicate NPD, borderline PD, addiction, and many more treatable diseases from humanity. Be they stalkers, murderers, trolls, legal white-collar abusers, rapists, bullies, mass shooters. They are all still our brothers and sisters, and they are someone's sons and daughters. And their trauma-induced compulsive behaviors, actions, choices, they're out of their control. So we as individuals and collectively as the team of a crazy little thing called law are choosing to feel and grow compassion as we empathize with their traumatized feelings, while we learn more about the inner workings of socio and psychopathic diseases. What better way to understand the causes and effects than to be present on this leading edge of creation in reality, experiences, and studies? We are choosing love and light and forgiveness over punishment and shame and more negative experiences that literally perpetuate the environments that foster these diseases in the first place. We require a kinder, more authentic, more transparent, justice-filled, emotionally intelligent, a just plain better world to exist in together. We have the highest intentions for all. We promise to continue showing up and doing the work necessary with joy, as best we can, along the ever-evolving pathways to our new world where support for healing through trauma is the norm. On a personal note, I want to say to my abusers, I'm sorry for all the ways I've hurt you. Please always feel free to reach out to me if you desire to receive a more tailored and specific apology for the histories between us. Please, please forgive me. Thank you for all the lessons that you have taught me. I know that we are all children of God, and therefore I love you. Believe my statements or not, I mean them, because I know that there's only love forever. And on a closing, more macro note, we thank every one of our supporters, contributors, fans, and critics. What a wild ride. We are so grateful and honored to have been on, especially with your support. I am Billie Proffitt, and the beautiful, brilliant, brave, invisible team members of a crazy little thing called law stand with me in these statements. Kia kaha, as the Maoris say, or in American. Good night and good luck.